Alright, we're back again with another cargo van video, and today we're going to talk about the different types of contracts. So let's get right into it. So I'll start off with the local contracts, and then we'll kind of get to the state-to-state contracts after that. But with the local contracts, there is two different types you could have. Like, you could have one that's dealing with packages, like doing deliveries with packages to, like, you know, businesses or residential homes, or you could have one with pallets where you're doing deliveries, you know, with pallets to different businesses. But we'll start off with the pallets. But so with the pallets, those are like my most favorable ones, to be honest with you, because like it's kind of smooth, like to the point to where, like, you know, you don't have to worry about actually getting out of your van. Like, you just pull up to, you know, the pickup, and then they use a forklift, and they just basically, and for an example, like, I've done a few jobs with Sherwin-Williams where I move like these actual, they're like pallets of paint, like, but they have the paint buckets wrapped up, and they'll just go there, and then they'll basically just load you up, you know, take the forklift and load, because I can only get 2 pallets in here, but I can get one on my side door and one in the back. But so yeah, they'll basically load up the 2 pallets in there, and then I'll take it to the drop-off location, and at that point, the person that drops off, now sometimes I have run into issues where, like, the drop-off maybe at, you know, like a place that doesn't have a forklift, and if that's the case, then you'll have to down stack that pallet. So I mean, which is not a real big deal, but it's just, you know, it's still convenient because the pickup, they're putting it on there with a forklift. But so sometimes you don't get as lucky with the drop off to where you might have to down stack the pallet and just, you know, take it to the area that it's going to. But like I said, sometimes you do get lucky to where, like, you just go to the drop off, and the drop off actually has a forklift also, and then they'll take and unload you with the forklift, and then it's like, boom, you're done. You didn't, you know, you basically didn't have to get out your van and do anything. Like, you just, you know, well, you do want to get out and make sure they do make sure they take it off the right way, they don't damage your van. But as far as like having to do any physical work, there's no physical work at all. So and like I said, so that's definitely sweet. That's like my most favorable one, is doing those ones. But you also do have the ones with packages, and with the packages, like, those ones, those ones aren't as bad. I mean, but I say when you get a contract delivering packages, like, you definitely want to make sure you have a hand truck, because a lot of times when you go to these businesses or these, you know, these houses, like, you never know how far away the distance is that you're going to be having to you know, walk to take it to where it's going. So it's best to have a hand truck, so you can just load up your hand truck, and then once you do that, you can just load it up and take your packages to where they gotta go without having to make multiple trips back to back, you know, to your van, taking individual packages. But so yeah, with the packages, those ones, like I said, those are decent. I'm not gonna say, like, you know, they're very great, but I mean, they're fine with me. I don't really have a problem with it, because you know, I have like a good work ethic to the point to where it's like, I don't mind having to get out my van and, you know, actually do hands-on work. But some people do have a problem with that. Some people just want to actually sit in the van and get somebody to put it, you know, to use the forklift and just put things on with the forklift, and, you know, with pallets or whatever. So, but like I said, like, if you're more of a hands-on person, that's not a big deal for you. Like, you know, you wouldn't mind having to get out and, you know, take those packages out. But like, normally with the packages, like, and then they also can pay you like 2 different ways doing those deliveries. Like you could get paid by the stop, or you can get paid by the package. And like, see, I got a contract now where I deliver packages, but I'm doing it, like I say, it's with Walmart pharmacy, and they're paying me by the package. So it's like, depending on how many, I also get a flat rate for the area that I go to. So like, if I go to, it's like, it all depends on how far away the area is from the actual warehouse. So let's say if I'm going, like, if it's in the Charlotte area, so if I go somewhere in Charlotte, I may make like a $40 to $50 flat rate just for being close to the warehouse. But let's say if they tell me to go, like, I've went to the mountains a few times, like up to Blue Rock and like Banner Elk. And just for me going, because that's 2 hours from the warehouse, like 2 hours from Charlotte. So with me going those 2 hours out to do deliveries, like I'll get an automatic $150 flat rate just for going out that far, and I'll also get paid per package. So like, and then the pay per package, it can range from anywhere in between $2 to, I think it's like $2 to $8, and that just all depends on the type of package it is and what's in it and the size of it also. So it can range from between $2 to $8 per package. So like, depending on how many packages I get, which is normally around like, there's normally somewhere around, like I say on average in between, let's say about 40 to 80, like somewhere like that's like a pretty good estimate, about 40 to 80 packages normally. So like, and like I said, that's pretty good, you know, pretty good money, especially when you're going to like I said, now if you're going to somewhere around Charlotte, like, you know, like let's say Concord area or like Mount Holly, you know, Stanley, like places like that are like no more than like 20-30 minutes outside of the warehouse. Those ones, you, like I said, you'll get like around 60, maybe 60 to $70 for a flat rate, because it's so close to the warehouse. So like I said, that flat rate does vary upon how far out you're going from the warehouse. But like I said, I mean, as long as you're getting enough packages, you still meet a, you know, you're still at a good point every day. But so yeah, so like I said, with the packages, those ones aren't bad. You just gotta have that hand truck, and just make sure that you're prepared to, you know, get out the truck and go actually physically deliver. The only issue I run into with that is just that, like, you know, sometimes you get to some locations that they may not be prepared for the package, or the person that's supposed to receive it may not be in the area. They might be on lunch break. They could be, you know, who knows where, somewhere, you know, away from where the receiving area is. Then you gotta wait and wait around and, you know, try to like get some assistance from someone else, and just wait for that person to come back around so you can actually give them the package. Because you can't just leave the package without verifying, you know, the person that received it. And so like, that's kind of the only thing about it, like, to where it's like, you know, sometimes you do run into that. But like, when you're doing residential drop-offs, those are actually pretty easy, because all you do is just take it to the person's doorstep, take a photo of it, and then once you take that photo, you're good. But so yeah, like I said, like those are the two main ones right there. Like I said, pallets and then packages. But next we'll get into like state to state. So state to state, with those contracts, like those ones, they normally want you to be on the road for normally on the road for at least 5 days minimum, and then sometimes it could range from 2 to 3 weeks depending on the contract you get. But but with those ones, like, you normally make pretty good money. It's just the fact that, like, you know, like, you have to worry about, you know, sleeping overnight in whatever state that you're in. And, you know, if they're not giving you any type of a discount or giving you you know, any type of a free hotel stays or whatever, that, you know, you're kind of having to depend on either sleeping in your van or paying for a hotel yourself. And, you know, that could be extra money that comes out of your pocket. But with the state to state ones, like I said, they normally do pay pretty well, like, because with those ones, they normally pay per mile. So like, let's just say if they're paying you $1.50 to $2 a mile, and then you're driving around, for like an example, let's say 400 to 500 miles a day. So with that, like, you'll be pulling in, you know, and this is not even counting if they're giving you like somewhat of a flat rate or whatever for the area. Who knows the other incentives involved, but this is just pay per mile. And they'll be giving you, like I said, 400 to 500 miles, and then they'll say if you're making $1.50 to $2 per mile, at that point you're pulling in around like what, maybe $700-800 a day, something like that, somewhere in there. But and that's good money. Like, you know, then once you, like I said, now if you're on the road doing that for, like I said, if you do 2 weeks at a time, 3 weeks at a time, like, you can make some real good money doing that. But it's just the fact that, like, you kind of gotta dedicate, you know, your time to doing it, and you also can't really have much going on at home. But it's not, like I said, it's not bad if you don't have, like, you know, if you don't have any like responsibilities at home. Like, if you can just get on the road and just focus on that solely, like, that's definitely good money. Like, it's real good money. But so that's the second, well, yeah, that's the second one that you will have to worry about, just state to state. or contracts. But like I said, you guys can kind of pick which one works best for you. But me personally, like the local ones, the local package deliveries have been kind of like my lane I've been going with, because that's just this is a lot better for me. And like also with the local ones, like with the packages, like my days can be in between 5 hours to sometimes 8 hours, just depending on how fast my route gets done. So that's another thing that's good about it, like to the point to where it's like I get done early sometimes, and like I still got my whole day ahead of me. I don't have to worry about coming in late, being tired, or any of that. Like I still have a full day ahead of me, and I still made good money for the day. So that's the benefits of that for sure, like with the local. But like I said, it's benefits and disadvantages with both. This all depends on how your lifestyle is set up. But so yeah, like if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section, or contact me at Cargo Van Leo on Instagram. And like I said, you guys could also do a consultation with me over the phone. Just contact me through DM and we can discuss the pricing, and we can kind of go from there. But you guys have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one.